What's up guys, it's Crouching Hippo here, and this is the second installment of the series that we're going to be doing on the bad company roles. This week is the engineer, and I've got a friend of mine, RazAttack1337, he's kindly joined me again to go through this.
Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, this week it's me playing the engineer. Last week you had Crouching Hippo playing the medic, and it's definitely my style of play. It's my favorite class, and a little bit of warning that this is how I play. So it's not the best way to play. It's maybe not the way you'd like to play, but it's how I love to play. Now I'm more like a covert ops kind of guy. I love to sneak up on people. You see me stab them there, and a lot of people don't know this, but the repair tool can actually be used to damage vehicles. If you get in the vehicle's blind spot and hopefully near your teammates so the enemies don't kill you, you can damage it down. And this guy has no idea what's going on. He thinks he's being shot, and here you see me drilling someone in the head and taking that vehicle down for my team. It's a lot easier than shooting rockets from the back. Now let's start talking a little bit about the loadout.
Yeah, so the engineer is the only class that can use the submachine guns in this game. You can also use a lot of the generic items like the shotguns and like the M14. But the second item that we're going to go through quickly is the repair tool. Now the repair tool, as you just saw there, can be used to damage vehicles, but the main reason for it is to actually repair your friendly vehicles. And if you work on it in like 5 to 6 second bursts, then it stops the tool from overheating and seeing the steam come out. But I think it usually lasts about 10 seconds. But one thing also to be aware of is the tool can actually be used in the back seat of the Black Hawk when you're being transported. So you can actually use it to repair the helicopter in mid-flight, which is pretty cool, to be fair, isn't it?
Hell yeah. I mean, I've saved my helicopter so many times from getting shot down by machine guns just by staying in the back repairing it. The enemy have no idea I'm doing that. Now, the loadout I like to use is extra ammo packs, explosive ammo packs, and extra explosion damage, because I feel if you're going to play an engineer, you're going to do what he does best, which is blowing people up, blowing tanks up. And it's probably the best all-around class in the game, because no more do you have to run away from vehicles. You're right up there, running towards them rather than away.
Which kind of leads us nicely into the rocket launchers that you get to use as an engineer. So there are three of them that you get to have a play about with. Now the RPG is the one that you first come across, and that one is the second highest damage to vehicles. It has unfortunately got the least amount of splash damage, so it's not massively effective against the infantry side of things, and it travels pretty slow, to be fair. So it's not amazing for sort of taking out like fast-moving helicopters or people on quad bikes. But the second one that you unlock is the cargo staff, and now this one does the least amount of damage to vehicles, but it does have the highest splash damage, so it's pretty neat for taking out infantry, which is one of the ways that a lot of people are using it at the moment online. And because it's got the fastest travel time as well, it is good for taking out fast-moving choppers, but you do pay a bit of a price, and that is it has the slowest reload in the game. Whereas the AT4, which has the highest damage to vehicles, and you can move it whilst it's in flight actually, because what it does is it's got a little guidance system on there. So when you fire, you can see like the little red dot, and as you move your screen around, the little red square, wherever that points, it is pretty much where the rocket's going to go. But one thing you do need to be aware of is that, the rocket needs to be leaded on moving vehicles. So if you're going for someone with a quad, just because you've got the box hovering over them doesn't necessarily mean that the rocket's going to land there. So you do need to sort of give a little bit of distance in front of it, like when you're shooting with the recon or with the assault rifles. And the splash damage isn't too bad on that. It's not too bad. But the next weapon is the anti-tank mines, which a lot of people like to use now. Would you like to take that one, mate?
Yeah, sure, man. The anti-tank mines, I like to use at the start of the round, because the thing about it is, with the right loadout, like the extra explosive ammo packs, you can have 6 out at a time. So what I like to do is get on the fast quad bike at the start of the round, go and put it down, in the middle of the map where the enemy tank is bound to run. And then even if you die or you change your loadout, those mines stay there the entire game. So it's a really nice surprise for them to get blown up when you're not used to it. Now, one thing that a lot of people don't use with the engineer is the tracer dart.
Yeah.
The way the tracer dart works is once you shoot it and it sticks on a vehicle, you get one shot at that vehicle, which you can zoom in on. Now, you choose your rocket launcher, you target the vehicle, and once you see a distance sign appear, you have to keep it in your crosshairs, but once you see a distance sign appear, it doesn't matter where you shoot your rocket, as long as it can sort of travel to that vehicle. I try and aim high in the air so it hits the top.
Because you do get a little
take
drop off, don't you, on the rockets?
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and also depending on where you hit the vehicle, on the front they have the most armor, on the back they have the least. But a lot of people don't know that on the top they also have quite low armor, so hitting a vehicle on top of them does quite a bit of damage too.
Yeah, because the AT4, I think it's 2 hits, isn't it, with the AT4 to take out
Yeah,
a vehicle?
AT4 is amazing. The problem is it leaves you vulnerable the second you shoot. You just have to stand there and lead. And I mean, I feel on the PC sometimes the rocket spazzes out. If you flick your mouse too far, the rocket just kind of spirals away. So you gotta be careful about that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, you got some nice tools to play around with as the engineer, which, when you are playing it, as like a very sort of brief overview. You're there to take out the enemy vehicles. You're there to repair your own vehicles, and have you got anything else to sort of put into that at all?
All right, so the other thing you want to know as engineer is you never want to fire your rocket from the same spot, because a good player, when he gets hit by a rocket and he's in a tank, he has those distance markers, those hit markers that tell you where you got shot from. So he's going to kind of figure out where he shot from. What you want to do, you want to fire from one spot, reload, go somewhere else, fire from there, just confuse the hell out of him. It's going to take a few rockets to take him down. Also take notice, sometimes you're shooting a vehicle and you get shot from the back. There's an engineer healing it from the back, so you want to try and kill that engineer. And also, sometimes you have a medic following you around, like you have in this instance. He's keeping you up, and the medic dies. A lot of people don't do anything about this, but help your buddy out. Pick up his kit, revive him, and he'll be thankful.
Yeah, one little annoying thing about that is that when you revive the person, they actually pick up your gear afterwards, so you lose your kit, don't you?
Yeah, but if you can find another kit on the ground,
yeah,
you can kind of coordinate a thing where you pick that up and they pick up their kit.
This comes down to like playing as a squad, and that's one of the key things with an engineer. It's like like we talked about last week, the medic, you can be like a one-man band and you can run around with Rambo. Whereas with the engineers, yes, you can take out people, you can take out the tanks, but you work so much better if you've got like a spotter and a guy, a medic running around behind you. It's just. It sort of all boils down to the gameplay. You got
like in this instance, for example, we're assaulting, or we're actually defending A. I'm up there on the roof, destroying them in buildings. One thing you do want to notice though is when someone's in a building, you never want to shoot the person. Always try and shoot the wall next to it, because they're going to die anyway, and it exposes anyone else back there. And as you see in this video right here, do jump out and lend your friendly tank a hand. And once he's back up, hop back in your vehicle.
So what do you reckon on the future weapons? Because the UMP-45 is the last weapon.
So I just want to mention one thing right here. In this video, you see shooting some anti-tank mines down. Spotted actually works on this, and you should try using it as much as you can. At the start of the round, you see these mines down, so keep your eye open on the ground. All right, let's get back to future weapons.
Yeah. What do you reckon on the UMP-45?
It's got the most damage from what I see, but it doesn't have a high rate of fire. So I like a more balanced spec. I like to run around with the AK-47 instead, or the SMG version of that. But a lot of people, depending on their style, will prefer the UMP. It's all personal taste. I'm not going to recommend you something that you may not like. So go ahead, play the game a bit, and see what you like.
Yeah. No, that's spot on. Because to be honest, I do enjoy the AK, but I do love my shotguns, especially when it comes to when you're getting pretty close and personal. It's just a great.
Oh yeah.
But
shotguns are great for running back and forth at the same time.
That's a good example of blowing up a wall. But we are coming towards the end of the video, so if you'd like to do a very quick roundup, what's your general thoughts on the engineer?
It's a good all-round class. It's more short-range based, but the fact that you can take out infantry and vehicles make it quite useful to your team. A team without engineers is bound to lose no matter what, because you're going to have a tank ripping you off, and unless you have people that can get close with C4, you're going to find yourself in a world of hurt.
Yeah. And
as you can see here, shoot the wall and kill the guy behind it. The splash damage is quite ridiculous with this. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's pretty spot on, mate. Listen, I'd like to say a big thank you for coming on and giving me a hand with the dual commentary.
Oh, my pleasure.
and we'll catch up with you again soon, guys. Take care.